Do you have any estimates on that?
We don't really. I think that we, could conjecture at how many customers might be interested in things. We know that we've got a lot of customers who are interested in helping us manage things like peak demand, as evidenced by the number of people who participate in our thermostat program. We've got one of the biggest programs in the country. Our customers do care about helping to make sure that we manage the energy supply and we have a reliable grid by maintaining a good sense of how much we're using compared to, do I have to use that? They let us cycle off those thermostats already and turn the air conditioners off on days when, that's an advantage to the power grid.
Not
So
mine.
I think we have customers out there who are interested.
How is the cost allocated right now in our whole rate structure? You said it's about 98 cents, or it's gonna be 98 cents a read versus $1.09 per read.
So I can't speak specifically to the cost of service study, but more than likely, in the cost of service study, we apply the cost to those customers based on what it really costs to manage the different customers in a rate class. So if it was costing about $1.09 for a residential customer, then the meter reading that's in cost that's embedded within the base rates would include that type of cost.
But are the more advanced functions gonna cost more per read?
They do in today's contract. So for commercial customers or industrial customers who have a demand read, that would be more expensive today than the 98 cents. So when we did the cost of service study, the cost associated with their meter reading cost would have been associated by rate class. So everybody pays for the types of services they get.
I guess I'm trying to get to the issue that she brought up, and that was, why don't we have the people that are using the service that's causing additional cost pay for that additional cost?
Well, at this point, all the meters are already automated, so everybody's using the service. We made that decision back in 2002 for a third of the meters, and we continued on with that program to do 100% automation.
Would you say that if someone goes to time of use rates, there are going to be a whole bunch more reads on their meter? So actually, that's where the cost differential comes in?
No, when we talk about the number of reads, we're talking about the billing reads. So each month, each of us has one.
So that if someone goes, if you could talk through is, what if we implement a time of use rate? What's this reading service going to do in that regard?
Well, it's going to deliver us a different file for the customer who opts to be a time of use customer because they're opting into an optional program that says they've got a couple windows. Primarily, we're going to have higher prices for that customer during the peak period. To Austin Energy, from this service provider, it's 98 cents.
It's still 98 cents for that customer once a month.
That's correct.
Okay. And let's see, also, this is a very basic question, I'm sure, but before we had all of our meters automated, did we have one person read water and electric meters, or were we sending out two?
We were having, more than likely, an efficient route is going to include a customer who has both a water and an electric meter that they would have both been read, and we would have been charged per read. So just because it's the same residence doesn't mean it was one price. There was a price for the electric read and a price for the water read.
But hopefully it was one truck that went to that place?
We hope.
Okay, that would be the plan anyways. Could you comment, and I'm not sure if you're the right person to ask this, on the issue of privacy and what kind of requirements are in the contract for security?
Okay. Customer's usage information is strictly the customer's usage information. Austin Energy has access to that, and the customer has access to that. The service provider certainly delivers that to us, but they have no other capability in the contract. They're not allowed to share that information with anybody else. So it is kept confidential, and it's only between delivery to Austin Energy and then to the customer.
And there are security requirements in the contract?
Yes, this is a proprietary radio network, and it's encrypted data, and there are requirements in the contract to prohibit the service provider from sharing this information with anybody else.
That's all the questions I have right now. Thank you.
Earl, will you stay just a second? I know Councilmember Topo has some questions, and I want to go back to something that's just been brought up. Several of the speakers, Carol and Laura, talked about the opt-out program, and I think you said that it's actually included in this year's budget. Now, how would that work, the opt-out program? It seems a little premature for us to be approving the contract and then we have a program that's going to be allowing people to opt out?
Well, the opt-out means, again, we have 100% deployment of smart meters in our service territory. Everybody has an automated meter. And so the opt-out program would provide a customer an opportunity to get in touch with Austin Energy and for a $75 fee that's been proposed, have that meter replaced with an analog meter. And in addition to that one-time fee to change out the meter, we would then have a $10 monthly fee to cover the administrative cost of now manually getting that meter's information into the billing system.
So, well, let me ask you this. We have a contract, you told Councilmember Morrison that this would be an improvement on that contract in terms of service and also cost. But I'm trying to figure out what timeline we're really on in terms of urgency.
In terms of urgency. So I think that it's been pointed out, we have an existing contract until 2017. The urgency here is that we would like to move forward with the more advanced system that we're testing at Pecan Street, that Encore has installed. And that system is actually going to help us both with some metering features and also with our smart grid rollout long term. We're looking to make sure that we have integrated for our customers outage information into our outage management system so that in the future we can offer things like advanced notification, all of us right here, if our lights are out at home, might that change what we do for dinner. So we want to have the capability to integrate all of our systems together. Our metering information, our outage management information, our CCNP system, all of those things integrating seamlessly together. Not as a control function, but as customer service. In addition, there is smart grid functionality, the advancement of distribution automation through our entire grid, which is something that we also have a roadmap for, that the command center software helps us with. So that's the urgency thing for Austin Energy. On the technology side, on the customer side, and the predictability of cost, we like to move to this new cost structure so that we can get all of the reads for 98 cents.
Councilmember Topo?
I do have some questions for staff. Do we still have speakers?
Yes,
Mayor
we still
Pro
have
Tem?
speakers. Ronnie Reefersey is next.
Well, I have questions for you, but why don't we go to the speakers and then I'll ask all.
Ronnie Reefersey?
Okay, for the record, my name is Will McLeod. I know you know me already, but I'm gonna speak my opposition, strong opposition against item 27, mainly because of the $75 one-time fee to opt out. We're all talking about affordable housing. How are you making affordable housing affordable if the majority of lower income people move from apartment to apartment? Do you think it's fair to charge them $75 to each apartment they move to because Austin Energy decides to install smart meters? I call them dumb meters. You know, you have the dumb bill. I think we should call them dumb meters. $6 million to pay for this. Well, who does Austin Energy, actually $60 million. Who is Austin Energy, who do they think they are to start messing around with private property? Don't we respect private property here in Texas? I guess not. I guarantee you, if you put a smart meter on in my apartment, I'm gonna remove it. And I'm gonna replace it with this one right here on eBay. GE electric watt-hour meter. $15.69, buy it now. Shipping, only $11.30. And I'll do a YouTube video to install it. Like I did with your Austin Energy thermostats. That's on my YouTube channel. I taught people how to remove the Austin Energy thermostat and replace it with the thermostat you buy in Home Depot. Where there's a will, there's a way. This is nonsense. And then you want to charge us $10 per month more because we object to being poisoned with this dirty electricity. I tell you, it's really bad. And by the way, I almost got a cheaper apartment in the Arboretum called Village Oaks. Robin Orlasco lives over there. But you know what stopped me from renting there? They had smart meters. I'm very lucky at the apartments I live now. I don't have smart meters. There's only one master smart meter, and some unlucky soul has it in their apartment unit, but I'm grateful that I don't. Thank you.
Hello, Mayor.